Garden update, July 22nd, 2026. Still a bit of weeding to do there, but it's not too bad. The lupin sort of taking over quite well there, which is good. So that should be nice when it flowers. And everything else is just being a little bit quiet for the moment, but we are in the middle of winter. Let's go around to the front now. So the Australian natives are doing quite well. These were actually recommended to me as a hedging plant, and they are certainly doing a very good job of growing up and being hedge worthy. I don't think I'm going to extend them around to create a full hedge. I think I like the variety as it is, but that's quite good. I've planted out some, I don't remember what they are. I actually got them in a punnet pack from the local big box, whatever you call it, and they had been fairly small. They grew because I potted them on and they were growing quite well, and I finally got around to actually putting them in here, which is nice because a bunch of the other plants have obviously died back in the winter cold. So there's another one there, and that one was a random one that I was growing as well. I don't know if it's a weed. I don't think it's a weed, but anyway, we'll see how that goes. And I have actually mown the lawn, and we have, wait for the car to go past, some lemons, which is nice. Another one starting to grow there, so that's good. I might as well call this the lilium bed, because this is where I first started. So the stalks obviously dried off, so it's basically peak hour, as it were, at the moment. Some alyssum there. This obviously needs a bit of weeding, but it's not too bad at the moment. My raspberry ripple rose bush has got another one starting up there. The long-lasting alyssums, this has been here, I think, 5 or so years now, I think, thereabouts. I should probably at least trim back the dead parts of it, but it's not too bad. As I said, weeded quite a bit here. Actually, I can see a sticky weed over there, which I've mostly managed to get on top of, so I'll have to get that out at some point. The Daphne odorata, some flowers on it there, but I might need to trim that. It's always had a funny sort of shape to it. It looks like it's sort of flopping over, and I guess to an extent it is. I think those are the Aquilegia seeds there. Worst case, there'll be Nigella, which populates everywhere. In this area here, so the lupin there, and over this way, I have actually that's probably my biggest growing snapdragon. Pretty sure that's what that is. It's by the flowers, it looks like it is. And the hollyhock in the corner, more snapdragons. These are plants again that I got and spaced out at some point, though again were ones from the big box Bunnings, might as well say it. And I can't remember what variety they are, because that seems to be what I do. They're looking a bit hit and miss at the moment, but we have had some frosts, very light frosts, but I think they should be alright a bit further on. That I'm fairly sure is a ranunculus that I grew from seed. That's the one that was looking the healthiest. I need to pull those weeds out as well, but anyway. There's the fairly sure saffron, and the other saffron, so it looks like the one that I accidentally pulled out thinking it was a weed has done alright when I put it back in, so that's good. And this one is the ranunculus. It was actually chewed on the stalk. I think a snail or a slug got to it. But I thought, look, I'll bury that part of the stalk and see what happens. I don't expect it to live, but at worst case scenario, it's just a bit of compost added to the garden, so that's fine. That's all good. Nice little bit of purpley pink there. And yeah, most of what's in here is kind of dormant at the moment. Doing the mowing, so I've left my nice piles of mulch around the apple tree there, and we'll go around the back. So, lots of weeding needs to be done there. The corn has finally given up the ghost, as it were. It looks a bit ghostly now with the dried leaves and things. So I should pull that out at some point, and when I do that, I might see, but I'll probably put down some cardboard and then some manure over the top of there, but otherwise it's not too bad. Plenty of, I'm pretty sure, leeks scattered throughout. Some are basically ones that I've planted from the little offshoots that grew from the main ones. Others I suspect are actually probably just from seeds from when they basically, what's the term? Bolted. So it's early morning, I'm still waking up. But yeah, so obviously needs a lot of weeding and things here, but I am figuring that it's also keeping the ground a bit more sort of active at the moment. It's got some life in it, so I'm not too fussed at the moment. This alyssum, some of it's broken off, but that's alright. And it's taking up part of the vegetable patch, so if it does end up dying off, that's fine. But it's basically just to have a bit of flower sort of stuff around here for some insects and things to come around and enjoy it. Now, a lot of these are garlic, but it looks like I've put in, I think, a jonquil as well. So that's quite nice. There are more of those in other parts of the garden. You can see this grapevine that I've trained across. I'll have to trim back the excess of it, but it's doing alright. This pineapple is still alive, but it's sort of struggling a bit, but that's alright. Couch grass, which is coming in from there, and I realised that the grass seeds that I bought actually have couch grass in them, probably because it is quite a hardy variety, but it's not necessarily one that I want in my garden, and I've now let it loose, so we'll see how that goes. But anyway, the strawberry patch is looking quite full, which is good. As you can see, some runners going off either side. The gooseberry bush probably needs a prune, and see if I can weed around it. I think that's the purple sprouting broccoli has well and truly gone over now. The bamboo is looking quite reasonable. Some of those spikes, I guess, or strands, things, are looking quite healthy. And this one's looking quite a nice size there, actually, in terms of thickness. So again, it's a clumping variety, so it's not going to spread. And I've got that because I want to be able to grow my own canes that I can then use in garden structures and things like that. What I would like to do at some point, if I can figure out when to do it, is to split the clump so I can actually have multiple clumps that I can choose where they grow, as it were. Random fruit tree grown from seed, don't know what variety, but that's going quite healthy at the moment. And a bunch of these weeds, which I keep pulling out, but that's alright. The jostaberry is looking alright. Hopefully it'll actually fruit this year. I think I bought it last year, or planted it out last year, so we'll see how that goes. More snapdragons, more jonquils, and in amongst it all there's the blueberry bush. Compost is looking messy, but also looking quite good in terms of the actual soil of it. Hollyhock here, which is basically my perennial backyard hollyhock. The pond, I have actually cleaned some of the weedier sort of stuff out the bottom of it a few times. Fairly sure all the telescopic eye fish have either died or been killed. I mean, either way, they're no longer there, essentially. I'm fairly sure... Excuse the noisy car. I'm fairly sure the cloud whitefish is still in there. I haven't actually thrown any food in recently to see if they come to the surface, but there's enough life in the pond that they don't need anything added to it. It's basically its own little ecosystem now. This tree is doing quite well. The apple tree needs a prune, basically. This little shrub, which I can't remember the name of, obviously, because I don't remember lots of things, that's doing quite well. The raspberry looks like it's got a little bit of growth on it. I wouldn't mind potting that on actually to a bigger pot, which I might do at some point this year. We'll see how we go. The avocado could be dead, but that's alright. It's not a huge issue. That was an accidental growth anyway, so whatever. Those are more gooseberry cuttings. So we'll go into the greenhouse. Okay. So we have one more ranunculus there, at least. Some other bits and pieces. These have been here for, I think, over a month or two now. I obviously started them at the wrong time. Given that we're about the middle of winter now, I could probably clean these out and start again, which is what I did with these. These are the ones that had the plants that I put into the front garden in them. The rosemary cuttings, as it were, these are the ones from the supermarket rosemary. Most of them are still doing well. This one's got a little bit of damage to it, so that might not survive, but those two are looking healthy, and that one's looking healthy, so that's good. We've got the pineapple over there, which is looking okay. Again, it doesn't tend to grow much beyond that. I think it's actually got a bunch of little tomato seeds or seedlings starting up around it. I'll pick those out at some point. Self-sown potato, I believe, and all of that just sort of needs weeding and doing over. I'm thinking of possibly putting in some. I know when I first started this, I had the big raised beds. What I might do is put shorter raised beds, just to have a bit more sort of organisation for it. But we'll see. And this is actually the bamboo from when I first bought that bamboo plant, and that's probably about 8 feet long. It's a bit thin, but I was thinking, I should at least get to that tall. It hasn't yet, but it is now getting there, and it's obviously just needed to be there for quite some time. Yep, other than that, basically like weed gardens. The problem with these is I put in garden soil, and of course that's rife with weeds. But I did recently get some vouchers, so I used that to get some actual potting mix, and I can see what all the English gardeners and the Welsh gardeners and the Scottish gardeners mean. That has a whole bunch of clumpiness to it. It's not the end of the world, but it is a bit frustrating. That's basically the sort of mix that it had. So that's now got kiwi seeds in it. And I want to be able to leave that, because they can take up to about a month to actually grow. And I've managed to get them started numerous times now. I have not managed to keep them going. My homemade greenhouse door is starting to knock cats as well. Mint has done well, coming back a bit now. Potatoes, weeds, more jonquils. These, I believe, are ginger, because I did actually put some, again, supermarket bought ginger in there, and they were actually growing. They hadn't re-sprouted, so I think those are actually the sprouts of the ginger. This, I believe, should be a carrot. Probably another carrot there. Sugar snap pea, I think, there. The aloe vera that's been here since we bought the place, doing well. We'll zip over here. I do this from up on the porchy bit. So the hebe's doing well. I assume more. If I'm lucky, actually, those might be daffodils or tulips or something like that. I can't remember. The everlasting daisy or seaside daisy, the smaller of the two apple trees, the bigger apple tree. The small one's still got leaves on, which is a bit interesting, but there you go. The sunflower, which I should probably actually cut back now, and the lavender. So that's, I really should probably trim back a bunch of these branches too on the presumed nectarine tree, but never actually fruited. So there we go. That's the garden. Thank you for watching. Happy gardening.